Hello, everyone, and welcome. Come on in, sit down, and join me for some fun this evening as we are going to take the 2, 4, 6, 8 box to another level. The 2, 4, 6, 8 box is something that we did years and years ago, but I thought it would be fun to bring it back tonight, so I'm happy you're joining me. And I am using the Time of Giving bundle. Hi, Cheryl. So welcome, everybody. Come on in, sit down, and join me for a fun evening. Let everybody catch up here. Come on in. Don't forget to say hello. I have to make sure my speaker's down. There we go. All right. Hope you are all having a wonderful evening. Hello, Barb and Kathy. And Beth's popping in. Good. And she's working again. Girl, you need not to work so hard. All right. Ooh, I should have grabbed a pair of socks. My toes are cold. A little nippy down here in the stamp room. So, how is everybody doing? We're off to a good week. It was nice outside today. All right, for everybody watching, again, I'm doing the Time of Giving. And for those of you who are in my clubs, this is also the bundle we are working with this week. So you get a little jump start here. All right, I'm going to put this out of the way here. I also want to let you know that today kicked off the Stampin Up seasonal sale. They are having 10% off cardstock, 15% off ink pads, and 20% off the dies. So you can go in and do some shopping on sale. Don't wait for Good Friday because this sale will be gone by then. So this is 3 days only. So today, tomorrow, and Thursday only. So, and who knows what Stampin' Up! Has up their sleeves. At the convention, we were just told that they've got good things planned ahead. We got a sneak peek into the new catalogs. Ladies, you're going to love them. They're not available yet. I don't even have mine. We can view them online, but that's about it. Anybody who was at the virtual convention got a chance to pre-order, which is kind of fun because we get to pre-order from the pre-order. So we get to get some stuff before anybody else. So that's fun. I want to grab my paper. And I am going to be using Tidings of Christmas. That's what this one is here. And then you will also see this gorgeous paper here. Oops, and I'm stuck. This is the gold and rose gold metallic specialty paper. This is what I'll be giving away tonight. So I've got a nice sampling for someone. We had a lot of watchers last week, so we'll be getting those in. So we'll see who wins this. And we are going to get started. So, again, Time of Giving. We have the dies here as well. So, speaking of our seasonal sale, I just want to mention that the items that are on sale are in the big annual catalog. It is not the items that are in the new holiday mini, or I should say the holiday mini. So just wanted to let you know. All right. So let me know if you've ever heard about the 2468 box. Just say, yes, I have. No, I haven't. Never heard of it. It's actually just taking a piece of paper and you'll be scoring it 2, 4, 6, 8. And it was done so you could do it on a 8.5 piece of paper. However, I'm going to be making a little bit bigger box. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to bring this in. I hope I can squeeze as much of my cutter in here as I can. Beth said, nope, she's never heard of it. Well, fun. Now you're getting a twist on something that's old and we're going to make it a little new. Okay, good. You can see my numbers down here. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to start with a 5.5 by 11-inch piece of paper. So you are going to get just one out of here. And I will show you either next week or on a blog post some other things that you can do with this. So let's get started. I got my cutter on the other end and I have my scoring blade here. And we are going to start at, guess where? 2 inches. That is going to be our side. So we're going to score it 2. And then I want to make my box, instead of just 2 inches again, I want to make it a little wider. So we're going to go to 3 inches. So our 2 plus that 3 inches will be 5. So we're going to score it 2. And at 5. Now we're back to side 2, so it has to be 2 inches again. So we'll go to 7 inches. Score at 7. And then we have to match up this panel, so it'll be another 3. So we'll slide it down to 10 inches. All right. So it's 2, 5, 7, and 10. Now, this flap here you're going to need to hold your box together, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that wide. So I'm just going to trim off a piece of this. And you can trim off as much or as little as you'd like. Okay, now we have to create for our bottom. So considering our spacing here is 2 inches, in order to, here, let me just do this so you get a little bit better idea of what I'm talking about. I'll burnish this later, make sure we got nice crisp folds, but let's get this little flap too. There we go. Okay. So because this is a 2-inch width, you don't want to go less or more than 2 inches. Like down, I suppose you could, but you're going to end up cutting it off. So, but you want these 2 pieces to meet. So you could do 1 inch, but they would just meet. But if you did 1.5, you'd get a little bit of overlap. So that's what we're going to do. Welcome, Nicole. Glad you could make it. So we're going to bring our cardstock out to 1.5 inches. Ooh, let's get that cutter out of here and just score. Okay. Now we are going to take our bone folder and we're going to make some proper lines here. Make sure it's nice and crisp on our score lines. There we go. And then we want to do the same with the bottom. Bring that up. And then now you got nice crisp lines. Now, you all know I'm not into fussy boxes and stuff, but this one's super simple, so I love it. All right. We don't have to worry about doing a lot of fancy cutting, but where your score lines are, you're going to take your scissors and just cut right up to the score line there. And then we can just pull these out. And this is just so it's not real bulky and you get a nice fold at the bottom. And it doesn't have to be that picky. You know me, I try to figure out the easiest way to make things. Because we're supposed to have fun. We're not supposed to get a headache trying to figure things out, right? Stamping is fun. Hello, Vicky. How are you today? Okay, on this last flap, we're going to cut this piece out. So cut that to your score line, and then you're going to angle this one just like you did with those other ones. So now I'll put this down so you can see what a nice bottom that's going to make. All right. Before I do all that, we are going to want to put our designer paper on here. So, because we have now created panels, remember this was 5.5 inches, but we used 1.5 inches for our bottom. So that means it's now 4 inches. So we have 3 inches by 4 inches. And to make it easy, I just cut these down 1/4 inch. So now it's 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I'll have all these measurements on my blog tomorrow. So you'll see that. And I know Vicky knows that 2468 box. So, and hello, Chris, how are you tonight? So you're just going to create 4 panels, 2 at the 1 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then 2 at 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Now, what I would like to do next is, this is going to be my back panel. And I chose that because the flap is here, and I like to create the front without any seams or anything showing. So that's why I always pick the one here. So you're going to adhere these down. You can use your Tombow liquid glue, or you can use your Stampin' Steel, because this will work. So you're going to put those down. And then what I want to do is take this. These 3 get mounted on. This one does not. And the reason I don't want to put the adhesive on this one is because we're going to die cut. We're going to die cut for a window. And this is our layering ovals dies. And I will also put the dimensions for these ovals on my blog tomorrow, so you'll see that. But you're going to use the smaller of the 2, because you are going to run this. These 3 are already attached, and this one is just sitting there. So if you feel the need to attach anywhere, I would attach it right here. One little strip to hold that down, and then die cut that, because you want this loose. And the reason being is because once that is cut out, I want to make sure I can find my piece here. Let me do a little swap here. And I actually went backwards with my thing, but you guys get the message, right? Because the flap is on the back side. So once you have this cut out, you're going to take your piece here, because it'll already have a hole in it, but you're going to use the bigger one. And it's kind of cool because it's going to look like this when you get it. And then you're going to go in and cut that piece out so it's a little bigger. And the reason I like to do that is because it gives you that nice little mat that kind of goes with the rest of your piece here. Now, you can easily take a window sheet and attach that. You can cut it. I would cut it the same size, your 2 3/4, by 3 3/4, and you can put that right in here. Let's do it this way, so you pretend that's your window sheet, and you can put that in there. I would leave it that big only because you don't want it catching on anything. But let me show you something else. You can also put one in here. But what happens if by chance the last piece of window sheet that you had, you used? Well, I'm going to show you that you can take our Stampin' Up! Clear envelopes and use those. So we're just going to take one of these, and we're going to kind of line that up, and I'm going to give this a gentle little fold here, because that'll kind of give me a line on where to cut this, right? And we're going to cut this right here. And I'm actually going to double it. So I'm going to leave 2 of my edges. I'm going to cut this right here. So I'm going to leave 2 of my edges from the envelope here, because I want the double thickness there. You need to cut this smaller than this piece here so it doesn't show through. But I also need to put just a little adhesive in this corner. I doubt if it would pop up, but just in case, you know, I like to be a little careful. So now that won't split on me. Now I'm going to go in here really close to my circle. And this is going to be for my window sheet, which you and I know it's an envelope. But whoever you give this to, they'll never know. Put that down tight. See, now because you also adhered the 2 pieces together down here, it's not going to split at all. Isn't that cool? All right. Now we're going to take this and we're going to go closer to our edges here, because we already have adhesive there, even though the window sheet's covering it. We don't want it to stick out. So, and this is nice and sticky, so it will work. All right. Oh, and this is really sticky. Whew, thank goodness for that window sheet there. All right, I want to line this up with my top. And, all right, this is not supposed to be this hard. This is why lots of demonstrators like the glue, because you can get it to move a little more. Okay. I want to line that up. There we go. All right. Now we got our nice little oval, and we can close up our box. So I'm going to put my adhesive here. And I like to bring mine in and fold it this way. That way I know it's nice and flat. Give it a little burnish. Hello, Rita. So we've got that. And then I like to tuck these 2 in first, and then this one, and then the front. Remember I said I don't like any seams showing? So you don't necessarily have to even put adhesive on the flaps, because you're going to be putting adhesive here. And you don't have to go in the middle, because if these don't touch, you actually don't want any adhesive to go through. So if you're using glue, kind of stay away from that. Just put a little bit up here on each corner. All right. And then you'll bring this flap in, and then this flap. Make sure your box is nice and scored, nice and flat. And then I use my block just to push that in. All right, and there is your cute little box. And we can add a greeting to that. I know I've got some fun stuff sitting all over the place here. We'll pop a little red on. And the season's greetings also comes from our Time of Giving stamp set. All right. And I'm just going to give this a nice little cut here just to add some motion and little texture. And I wish I had my little, I'm going to cut this straight, go around that G, try to get another straight in there. And if it's not perfect, that's okay. That's why we do this. And I think I'm going to pop that right there. And we're going to get those. Sorry, but my Take Your Pick tool is still packed away from my retreat as I'm hunting down my Friday night projects. I'm not sure where I put them. There we go. You could even go right across there if you wanted to. Let's do that. Let's do that one. And then when I find my little red embellishments, we'll add those to that. I got the green ones. We could add the green. Let me tell you, the Take Your Pick tool works much better than a scissors. Oops. Not where I wanted it. See why the Take Your Pick tool works better? Nope, I'm going to wait for the red because I think I'm going to top off a few of the little trees there. But that is our basket for tonight. But I wanted to show you, since this is the time of giving, and I think boxes are so cute to give with, I have a little treat here. So this is also made with the Time of Giving bundle. These are the dies that are included. Oh my goodness, they slid right out. So you'll see all the cute little leaves here, and then there's some solid leaves. So I used both in here. Thankful comes from that, and I trimmed it out just like I did the other one. So, and then you can stuff it full of candy or whatever you want. You can actually just stick a bag in there. These are fun because these are wide enough that you can put hot cocoa in there and maybe a little hot cocoa spoon or something. So it'd be fun for just about anything. So again, this one is big enough so that you could stick hot cocoa in there, a hot cocoa spoon, maybe a little bag of marshmallows. Just get creative. This one's got candy in, little merci to say thank you. And then I took the die and put the little leaves all the way around it. So this is just one of the things that I have with this. I can't wait for you to see my club members, to see what you guys are doing with it, and I will share. Vicky says she always likes the 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, that is so much, that is fun. And you can actually, you know, change up these sizes any way you want. If you use the 5.5 by 8.5, then you can actually get 2 boxes out of there. And you can even make them skinnier. I have a leftover from last year. So I'm going to share this with you. So you can see I made this a lot wider. This is 4-inch front, but then only a 1-inch side. And I made this one out of designer paper. And look how cute. You can slide 2 of these little guys in there. But all this stuff is discontinued. But I just wanted to show you that you can change up the size of that box by the size of your paper. So it is at your command. You can get creative. Just make sure you write down your dimensions so you don't forget. And I will put these for these boxes. And like this, you could easily put a handle on either one of these. I was thinking before that if you made that with the 1-inch and made it really skinny and took the leftover cardstock and made a nice long handle, you could stick some of those Ghirardellis in there and then hang them on people's doors. So you could do it for the teachers at school. You could do that for, like when Eileen used to make little treat things to hang on the door when Mom lived at the community center. So just lots of things you can do. So cute, cute, cute. And maybe I'll make one of those little ones and share that with you soon, because that would just be really cute. So I thank you, ladies, for joining me. Please don't slip away yet. As you know, I have to spin to see who wins our paper tonight. I'm trying to put these so you can still see them. All my candy's falling out. Yeah, there we go. How's that? Okay. So again, our paper, the gold, here it is. The gold and rose gold 6x6 specialty paper. You're going to get 2 sheets of each color, and we're going to see who is going to win that. So thank you, Beth. I'm glad you like the ideas. And yeah, they're very fun to make. I will put all the dimensions on my blog tomorrow, so pop on over there. If you need to rewatch, you can watch it on here as a replay, or you can always go on my YouTube channel because I move all my videos over there. So you can stockpile it. So go over there and make sure you hit the little bell to subscribe. That way you'll get notified whenever I put a new video on. So let's do our spin. There we go. We're going to hop into full screen. I thought I was slick last week, so I put everybody's names in there right away. And I get over here tonight and I'm like, oh, nobody's name's in here. So I hope I didn't spell anybody's name wrong, because I had to do this in about 4 minutes. All right, ladies, I thank you for joining me tonight. And this is the thank you for joining me last week. Make sure you always put your comments in there and say hello so we know you're here. And we are going to spin. So count down with me. 3, 2, 1. Good luck, ladies. Congratulations, Cheryl. You won the metallic specialty paper tonight. Thank you. I appreciate you all stopping in, and I hope you join me next week, Tuesday, for sure. And I'm kind of thinking about doing something the weekend of Thanksgiving, so keep your eyes on this page, and I'll let you know what's coming up. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.